Hi, welcome to another episode of Foxy Little Nuggets. As you see, I'm back home. Thank God. I'm going to tell you the story about the plane, and then I'm going to tell you why I'm actually doing this video. Why I'm doing this video is I had something from McDonald's which I've never had before, and it was the most delicious thing I've ever had out of McDonald's, and I kid you not. It is gorgeous. But I'll tell you about that in a second. So I took off from Paphos. The flight was late getting in because Luton had had rain and things, so it was late getting out. So it was late getting in. And then they said, I'll go to the gate. I got up to the gate, be another 20 minutes. So I went back up and had a quick one in the bar. Went back up, got on the plane finally. They kept us on the apron for about another half an hour. Eventually we took off, fine. Dip, 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 dip. We're coming in, and then we get turned away from Luton because there's an absolute massive thunderstorm. And Luton is closed. They've closed Luton to all takeoffs and landings. And so then we're circling. Then they say, no, we looks like we're diverting to Stansted. But that's great, except my car is at Luton. Anyway, so we're circling, go back out, and now we're circling for over an hour outside Stansted. Then eventually the captain comes on and said, actually, we've just had a bit of good news. Some of the planes in front of us have landed actually at Stansted. He said we were about to, we were almost next on the list to go. He said, but Luton's open and it's going to be taking limited planes. He said we've been fortunate enough, we're the first one in, and so he zipped us over from Stansted over down to Luton, and eventually we landed in Luton, and it was like yay, we landed, and then we had to sit at the end of the runway. We come off the runway onto the sort of traffic strip. They had to hold us there 20 minutes while they found a gate because they weren't expecting us so quick. So eventually they find us a gate. We get on 7 hours in the air. 7 hours. The kids were crying. People were, worried. Nobody wanted to land at Stansted when all their stuff was at Luton and all this. Very stressful flight. Anyway, eventually get off. I get out. Boom, get my car. Drive up the motorway. 60 miles an hour the whole way because of weather and that. I eventually get in, but I think, no, on the way in, I'm going to go to McDonald's. I'm starving. Haven't eaten since breakfast. Well, that's the whole point of this. Let me tell you, if ever you're in McDonald's, it's called a bacon big arch or double big arch, whatever it is. The big arch with bacon. Never had a burger out of McDonald's like it. It is superb. So filling. I'm sitting here now. I've only had that and the chips, and I'm like, I fall asleep from that stuffed. Recommend it. Don't recommend flying into Luton in a thunderstorm, but I certainly recommend the big arch. There we go. Thanks a lot. Bye.